because because it's out of control. So let's get that done right, okay? Me, I'm not reporting it to the minister. I'm just saying, because I do know the FCT minister has people who listen to the shows. So I'm just saying, before he discovers himself, it would be nice to have the head of department or whoever is in charge of FCT agriculture or trimming and horticulture. Please do something about it. The trees have outgrown the appropriate size. Let's get into the headlines for today. Welcome once again.
Nothing breaks the news like the news. Trust me, I can prove it. I'm ready. Let's take on the biggest debates on radio, provide insights, experience, and build an unforgettable discussion together. I am Femi D. Amele.
All right, welcome to this part of the show. As we would have it, yes, do remember the paper review is always about at least 5 papers. We try to review 5 papers for you to get to know about. And as always, it's important to mention that the stories that we're about to read out are being provided, published under the editorial guide of various publishers. And we on Nigeria Info are only informing you of the headlines as we have it for today.
This is Morning Crossfire.
Must I also quickly mention that congratulations to Lionel Messi. He has won a record 8-time as the Ballon d'Or player. Of course, he's with the Inter in Miami and Argentine. He's an Argentine striker as well. He played for Paris Saint-Germain last season, captained Argentina to the World Cup in Qatar last December. Of course, they did win. 36-year wait for the South American country to win the World Cup after that long period. But it is good to see him win the Ballon d'Or. Pretty much again for the 8th time. All right, let me go on to everybody knows I'm a Messi fan. Okay. All right, let's go on to the papers. Let's review Leadership, Daily Post, The Sun, This Day, and Daily Trust for today. Starting off with stories from Leadership for today. Third quarter, UBA records 115% growth in gross earnings. Profit hits 502.1 billion naira. Palliatives, federal government labor meeting shifted, holds today. Confusion as Rivers lawmakers plot separate impeachments. And more stories now. Justice Datijo rattles the judiciary. Of Secopol, it's not war. Amnesty program trains 20 pilots, aircraft engineers. 5.169 million PVCs distributed for 3 state selections. Nasarawa displays Basa tribe seeks federal government intervention. ICPC's new secretary resumes. Okay, that's also a story of interest there. Resumes office or assumes office now. Accept defeat as statesman, APC tells Atiku. All right, and then of interest as well. February 25 poll, Supreme Court judgment has eroded trust in the electoral system, says Atiku. Rescue Nigeria from grim realities, Olawepo Ashim task Tinubu. And then Nasarawa PDP cautions supporters on court cases. Still keeping up with other stories, Messi wins record 8 Ballon d'Or as Haaland takes Gerard Muller's trophy. Nigeria's Osimhen ranked 8th best player at 2023 Ballon d'Or. Barcelona win Best Woman Club award at Ballon d'Or Gala. FIFA bans Rubalis from all football-related activities for 3 years. I do understand you're going to be appealing that. Yes, we'll be appealing that as well. Okay, NFF tax Super Falcons on Paris 2024 Olympic. Okay, there's going to be a match later on today. Ethiopia and the Nigerian Super Falconets will be playing. Oh, Falcons, not Falconets now. Will be playing as well. That will be an interesting one to look through. Moving on to Daily Post. Uncertainty hits Nigeria's power sector as Adelabu Foods drags and policy direction. Akwa Ibom community raises alarm over sea encroachment, calls for shoreline protection. And then FEC approves 2.1 trillion naira supplementary budget for urgent national issues. Rivers State, Edson Ehi emerges as new speaker, Justice Simon Amadi suspended. Tinubu sets ground rules for fake meetings, warns against campaign of calumny on Gbajabiamila. Nigerian government to regulate artificial intelligence, Tajuddin Abbas. November 11 election, Governor Uzodinma moves to rent all hotels in Owerri. Senate uncovers illegal 14 billion naira salary increase at NSPMC. Tinubu will tackle out of school children problem, says minister. Cuba elections, INEC releases number of PVCs collected in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi. One working on Nnamdi Kanu's release, says Governor Oti. Kwara PDP kicks against hasty passage of local government bill. Rivers APC reacts to Wike Fubara fight, arson attack at Assembly Complex. Onoje versus Moro. Appeal Court postpones date of judgment. Rivers Assembly, Ehi removed as House Leader. Retire from politics. Ohaneze tells Atiku hails G5 for sinking his lifelong ambition. Oshu infrastructural plan, APC position ill-intentioned now, PDP. All right, well, AFCON now. Super Eagles in tough set for number one goalkeeper. I don't miss football, says Eden Hazard. You will win Ballon d'Or. Messi tells Haaland Mbappe after claiming 8 award. All right, well, that's quite encouraging. Okay, moving past Daily Post, let's go on to The Sun. Rivers boils as governor faces impeachment. Supreme Court verdict. Nigeria biggest loser, says Atiku. It's your inordinate ambition that is doomed, says presidency. Rivers boil as governor faces impeachment. Financial autonomy, Passan shorts assembly complex nationwide. Reps give Nikon's ComSat of the 72-hour ultimatum over 20.853 billion naira audit query. Other stories from The Sun. Supreme Court verdict. Nigeria biggest loser, says article. And then you'll also find of interest, opposition fingered as hoodlums destroy APC campaign boards in Owerri. Why Nigeria shouldn't keep reserves in foreign countries. Ned Nwoko speaks about this. 2023 FEC approves 2.17 trillion naira supplementary budget. Over 90 million Nigerians lack electricity, says Tinubu. And then of interest as well, let me see. Okay, I think we've covered most of the stories here. Yeah, most of the stories are done here. Now to this day. This day provides quite another set of stories. Abia government says over 50 dead cattle in cattle market. Okay, yeah. Article says, I'm not quitting. I will remain in politics as long as I breathe. Tension in Rivers as massive protest cripples activities over plan to impeach Fubara. Adelabu, federal government to review $2 billion Siemens deal, targets 1,300 rise in transmission capacity. And then FEC okays 2.1 trillion naira supplementary budget for 2023. Court ends sittings abruptly over death of FHC George. More stories now. You find MTN Nigeria appeals tax tribunal judgment, insists on established process. Court, okay. Floating of Naira, CBN challenges court's jurisdiction, says Falana lacks local standing. Federal government plans new foreign exchange rules in hopes of Naira reaching fair price by end of 2023. All right. Well, these are just some of the stories from this day. You also find Asule moves to reclaim mandate as Nasarawa governor at appeal court. Okay, moving on now to the likes of Daily Trust for today. You'd find FEC approves 2.18 trillion naira 2023 supplementary budget. Wike plans to remove Fubara, install Rivers Speaker as governor, says Edwin Clark. Boko Haram may wipe Nigeria off the map, says Zulum. Well, that's according to Daily Trust. Okay, well, I'll see if I can get an extract of this, if he did say this in this absolute way. FGC Okigwe's old students get new president. Edo trains 1,500 vigilantes, hunters to curb crime. NGO vaccinates 20,000 kids as Sokoto records 25% child mortality. After 69 days in custody, popular Kwara traditionalists granted bail. Man demands 1.5 million naira from wife in exchange for divorce. Article says Nigeria doomed if Supreme Court implies that crime should be rewarded. Wike Fubara, Tinubu and Bode, other politicians who fought with their godfathers. Supreme Court verdict, all is not well, says Atiku. The battle has just begun. PDP chair breaks silence on Supreme Court judgment. Well, these are stories you want to follow through on as we have them across Daily Trust, This Day, The Sun, Daily Post, and Leadership newspaper for today. Do remember, the stories have been published under the editorial guide of various publishers, and we on Nigeria Info have only informed you of the headlines as we have them for today.
This is Morning Crossfire.
We'd like to take on your calls and your messages. We ask of you to follow through properly as we let you know that we ask of you to follow through with the editorial guide. Your calls need to be devoid of hateful speech, lies, fake news, and abuses. We ask of you to be truthful and factual as you share with us on Nigeria Info. We plead with you to keep your emotions in check as you share with us as well. We're streaming live right now on Facebook and on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. There you find it at Nigeria Info Abuja on Facebook and on YouTube. Okay. All right. The numbers remain 0700 951 0000. Okay. 0700 951 0000. You can also try in on the alternative line, which is on 080 95 97 4869. Okay, 08095 4869 9597 4869, and on WhatsApp 080 Somebody should move Messi away from my screen. It's distracting me. Good morning to you.
Femi, good morning this morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Femi, my name is Emmanuel Charifu, the Freedom Wheeler.
All right, welcome.
Femi, the article says Nigeria is a loser because of the Supreme Court judgment. As far as I know, the day I heard about the Supreme Court rejecting the new evidence brought forward by article, that was the day I got to conclude in my mind that the judgment has already been passed, because you can actually predict correctly what the outcome will be as the new evidence has been rejected. But I want to congratulate all the PDP members and the article himself, because they have fought a very genuine fight, and that is democratic. For those who are complaining that article shouldn't be in the politics, I don't know why they are scared of him. We are all Nigerian. Everybody is allowed to participate in Nigerian politics.
All right. By the way, there was a State House release yesterday that really, politically shamed them. The statement was released by Bayo Ononuga, and there was so much unkind words at some point in there.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
My name is Monica. I'm so happy this morning.
All right. Okay, share your happiness.
I'm happy because you are alive. It's a miracle. So why shouldn't I be happy? Is it because a bag of rice is expensive? No. I don't know how to speak, but let me just say, they say turn by turn. Now my turn. Oh. And agreement is agreement. You whatsoever you sow in life, that shall you reap. Because now that you are managing people, that person that is disobeying you, you let the person be, not because you don't know what you are doing. Tomorrow, when they make the person head that particular place, another person will also they will also not obey that person. That is why they say karma is real. Where am I heading with all this parable? You see what's happening in River State? I don't want to go into history or story, but from Edwin Clark, that's where my story will start. He talked to the president, please talk to Mr. Wiki. We need peace in River State. Truth be told, when there's fire outbreak in a particular place, we call and say, we are suspecting that fire outbreak. You say, no. It could be natural, it could just be inferno, it could just be this. But with what happened yesterday, a day before yesterday, in River State, it simply means somehow, when people want to hide things, they will go set fire. 2 children, 7 and 9 years old,
Okay.
set their school ablaze. Where am I going? We need peace in River State, but always remember agreement is agreement.
Mom is leaving me this morning. All right. Keeping up with more calls this morning. Good morning. I'm glad you joined in.
Yeah, good morning, What Class, Dr. Femi Diamele. I remember Ambusaf Abubakar Ali, aka Tunibu Pekin, calling from PW Kubwa. To start on a light note, is it Ballon d'Or or Ballon Rubber or? Figure it out.
It depends on who's speaking. Yeah, and I don't. Wait, where are you from again? I can hear your village language inside.
I'm calling from my in-law state, actually.
Okay.
But I used to, yes. I'm out of town. I'm following life. What Class of Femi Day? There is no individual or group of individual ambition that is greater than Nigeria. Nigeria will not be doomed for the selfish ambition of whosoever, whether as an individual or a group. If they want to speak, they should speak. They should not put the whole country and say we are doomed. Nigeria will never be doomed by the special grace of God Almighty. And for what is happening in River State, it baffles me that somebody will be a governor for 8 years. He will not want anybody to interfere in his affair, but want to interfere in the affair of others. It is not right. Even if it is your child that you made a governor, allow him to rule the state, to govern the state to the best of his ability. We saw a Saraki that his father was instrumental for him being a governor. But didn't he fight his father before the end of his tenure?
Well,
the person that will succeed him?
The entire family had their own fights before, in between.
So allow Fubara to govern River State to the best of our ability. While you are a governor, nobody dare talk to you. Allow him to govern the state to the best of our ability. That is how peace will reign. You will not be a third-term governor by proxy. Even in Kano, I'm watching you too. Ian Concourse will go start there. You go say I talk. Let Kakarima Wala they go.
Bye-bye. Face your in-law. Face the entire in-lawship there. All right, well, thanks for your view on that. Okay, let's take on more calls. Yeah, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Femi.
Yes, good morning. Kingsley, right?
Yeah, Kingsley, well done, yeah.
Yes, welcome.
I heard that Abia State Governor Oti say that he is working for the release of Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
Yeah, that is a nice step. Southeast leaders and governors, people, prominent persons in the Southeast, it's a challenge to them. They should team up and release Nnamdi Kanu, because that guy has been discharged by court of competent jurisdiction. Continuous detaining of Nnamdi Kanu is an insult to the people of the Southeast. Abba Kyari has been released. Sunday Igboho has been released. Gumi, nobody dares to arrest him. So it's a challenge. It's not Nnamdi Kanu, it's the people of Southeast that is being let down.
All right.
Released.
All right. Well, thank you for adding your view to this. Mwazi John Lasese from Buhari on Facebook did say, good morning, FMD. About the trees around Abuja City, the department in charge have filled in its responsibility. Come to around Jennifer Plaza to Moshalashi Junction. The trees have outgrown the street lights, too needful. Ayojima says, Femi, good morning to you. How was your night and your family? God bless you. Dr. Mizulebara says the National Judicial Council and other regulatory bodies should tackle the rot in our judiciary. Let there be a total overhaul of the judiciary that has allegedly been bedeviled with corruption, indiscipline, lawlessness, and emasculation of power. It needs purging because justice is on leave, equity is asleep, honor is sick. Let God arise so that justice will reign. Let God arise so that our judiciary is sanitized in the interest of the masses. We can no longer continue with a system where judgment is questionable. Enough is enough. Emeka Onyanyido say from Somerset Estate says, good morning, from the Nigerians should be allowed to choose their leaders. Godfatherism is bad. Nigeria shall be great again. Once the journalist says, money approved for urgent need should be used appropriately for the betterment of all Nigerians. It should not end in individuals' account as usual. Obunike Paul, that's Fitzgerald, says, Fatiku, you should go and sit down and allow us to rest. Anthony Emmanuel also joins and says, good morning, Femdi. I'm watching you from Mina, Niger State. Oh, good to know that. Also, Francis from Enugu State says, good morning, Femdi. The plan by WK's loyalists to impeach Fubara of River State is untimely, unacceptable, and a threat to democracy, rather. Message I've wrote the the Rivers people should rise up and say no to such move. May God help us, he writes. And then my comment is on Ballon d'Or, that's Prince Oji Jimmy. Messi should not have it win this because it's not for World Cup, okay? It's for Champions League. I thought World Cup was within this same period. Is it not, or was it not? No, I'm just confused now. But I really think it deserves to win anyway. And I don't think it will win anyone after this again. Let's just be candid. Ruth Okeke says, good morning from the Ogafemi. Shoot at governor in River State is a taboo and abomination too as well. All right, no problem. Let's dig into River State when we do come back from the break. There's a lot of things to share with you. Perspective. Clark has been speaking. Edwin Clark, elder statesman, Edwin Clark has been talking about this, and many others, and many reactions from the Federal Executive Council meeting. All this coming up on Morning Crossfire after the break. Stay with me.
Informative, exciting, and stimulating talk. Nigeria Info, your number one for talk. Let's talk.
Are you ready for a journey of epic proportions?
Audio Jungle.
This is Nigeria Info.